You're listening to the Esoterics Podcast.
Everybody, welcome back to Esoterics Podcast. This is Joe.
And I'm Fioraliz. How are you doing today, Joe?
I am doing good. I'm really doing good. What's going on this week? How has the house renovations been going for you?
It's greatly improved. We got our floors, we got doors, got most of our paint done. Yeah, it's coming along. So
nice. If you guys are following her house renovation on Franco Abode on Instagram, you'll see those floors. They're beautiful, so pretty. And also check out her mid-century fireplace. I'm just like drooling over it.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. I'm trying to find other ways to like honor the original style. So we'll see. I'm planning on doing most of that with decor. But
what are you going to throw up on that on the wood, the mantle?
Oh, on the mantle?
It's not really a mantle.
Yeah.
Is it a mantle?
It is a mantle, yeah. Probably a starburst clock. Like, because I feel like it's made for that.
Thank you, right? That's like super 60s.
Yeah. And as far as fashion is concerned, I love the 60s. For human rights, civil rights, not so much.
No. Oh yeah, see, right? Now we're getting into leave my vagina, my uterus and my vagina alone.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this world, man. And I'm like hearing everyone talk about it, and obviously we should be fucking concerned. But some of the arguments that people make, I'm like, okay. So like,
doesn't fly.
I've seen a few people were like, well, it started with mask mandates and vaccine mandates, and look at we are now. And it's like, first of all, conservatives have been trying to get rid of abortion so well before the coronavirus was a thing. So first of all, and how do you equate the fact that like there were mask mandates and there are vaccine whatever mandates? It's because people can't be trusted to do the right thing. Right? That's the only reason why. Like, if everyone just like did it and was like, yeah, no big deal. Let's just like we got our polio vaccine and no one gave a shit. We wouldn't need those. And the only reason why people who can get pregnant need abortions is because males or people who carry sperm cannot be trusted to do the right thing with their sperm or to control their sperm.
I mean, if they're going to regulate my ability or mandate my ability to, have children, then men need to be brought in on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
They need to be held accountable for their sperm. They need to be made held accountable to pay child support. I mean, it's like with sending girls home that are quote unquote dressed, provocatively or whatever.
Yeah.
Why does it fall on the woman? That's the bullshit. And it's not going to stop there.
Yeah.
It's going to move into gay marriage. It's going to move into civil rights. I mean, if they start here and they get away with it, they're going to continue to take us back to the 40s, the 50s, the 30s, whatever. Cool. So I'm just saying that I'm not that person who protests. I'm like, I'm not going to go down there and get thrown in jail or shot or killed but I tell you what, I'll be down there front row if it calls for it, because I am not having it. I have no plans to have a baby. I don't want to have a baby, but don't tell me that I can't have the ability to decide whether or not I have a baby.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Yeah, no, it's such bullshit. I just don't. I don't understand. Like, I think there should be definitely a punishment for a man who, finds out a girl he slept with is pregnant and just decides
he impregnated a woman.
Yeah, and statistically, men can produce way more children than a woman ever could. a woman can't have more than one baby a year. I mean, unless
No.
she's like, pregnant with twins or multiples, whatever. But you can't be pregnant multiple times. A man could impregnate a woman every single day of the year. Like, I,
Yeah.
I don't get how.
And
Yeah,
a pregnancy can't happen without the
yeah.
man. And so, I mean, how is this a woman's thing? Why is
Why
this
does it
on the
only
women?
fall?
Why are
Yeah,
they?
what? Yeah. So
Yes.
I
And
don't.
so it's just insane. There's a RBG Ruth Bader Ginsburg meme, and it's simply her saying, fight back.
Yeah.
So, or fight back, damn it, I think.
You
So,
know,
just
I have hope in humanity still, and I have a lot of hope for our younger generation, and I think that sometimes these are the things that need to happen because
absolutely.
people need to pay more attention. We can't just be laissez-faire about whoever gets elected, not be involved, and then bitch and moan about like what's wrong with our government and what's wrong with all these people when we enabled that process to get there
We're
because of
enabled.
our
Right.
being apathetic. So
Well, and it's my understanding that what they're doing is they're sending it back to the states, and they're saying states are able to make their own decisions. So then that leaves it to the voters, right? Fine. Then you voters, us voters, we need to make sure that we're electing officials that are not going to infringe upon
mhm.
these sort of rights and stuff.
I think we're
Um,
fine on the West Coast for shit like that. I
I
think,
mean, yeah, because
yeah, because
pretty progressive and liberal, but
yeah, but it's gonna be like those southern states and places like that where people are still like ass backwards and shit, and
yeah, in the Midwestern northern states like Montana and
yeah, because it's
all
like
those places.
10 cows per one person.
It's ridiculous, and then the other thing that I was thinking of is just that at some point, like you said, like certain things have to happen to bring it to people's attention. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you remember the Pink Hat March,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Yeah.
million. I mean, women, I think, are the most productive when it comes to, advocating for themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that we all show up, and we don't have to storm the Capitol to do that. We'll just,
Yeah. Okay.
but
It's funny that you just said all that because I kept thinking of what we've been talking about this year, like energetically, is about coming
yeah,
into the feminine, right?
yep,
And
divine
about,
feminine.
yeah, the divine
It's
feminine and
It is.
shedding the patriarchy. So
Yep,
it's
it's
almost
gonna be
like
the women.
this is almost exactly what needs to happen for what?
Yep,
For women to get
yep,
together, to
yep.
put our bullshit aside that we may have
Hmm.
and work together
Yep.
as the superior gender. I don't know.
Yes, we are. We are the creators of a life.
Yeah.
We have the ability to create life.
Yeah.
Yes, it has to be seeded by, the semen seeds, but
Yeah.
we then nurture and bring that to life, and that's beautiful.
We do all the
We talked
fucking
about that
hard
last
work,
time.
god damn it.
We do all the hard
So
work.
we can continue
Here's
to do the hard work. I get
here's
it is what
something
it is.
else. This is purely those fucking assholes putting their religion on me, on my body. Conservatives, Christians, Catholics, all of those people who are like, God says it's wrong and it's wrong to kill babies. Like all that
Didn't they
bullshit,
like
right?
kill a bunch of people in the Bible? Didn't somebody kill his son?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna agree with you.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like I think we need a third like Bible scholar person on
Get
the
Mike.
show. I know, get Mike. I don't know, he's not here. But yeah, Mike would know. But anyway, I know there's a guy in the Bible who was ordered by God to go kill his son. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, he was already born. Like, that's a person. That's not a clump of cells. And God told him to do it. So, that's pretty fucked up. I don't think
It's
that
fucking
God's against abortion, actually.
But this is all based in religion. This is all based in some asshole,
Hmm.
who believes that it's wrong
Yeah.
and that we shouldn't be able to do it, which is based in their religion. Because my religion, spirituality, tells me free will,
Yeah.
right? Women
Yeah.
get to make their own choices. So there's so much going on right now, and I really hope that people step up because I don't trust. Listen, I'm a Democrat, but I think the Democrats are worthless.
Right.
Absolutely worthless.
There's no action right now. Like,
No,
and
no.
that's why Bernie Sanders, as a socialist, as a democratic socialist, was a big shift to change, because we're
Yeah.
like, the way that Democrats are acting right now, it's more of the same shit, of the status quo, of
Same
putting your
shit. That's all
tail
it is.
between your legs, like,
They
fucking
don't fight back. They don't.
yeah,
And I'd like to see a little bit of dirty coming from the Dems,
yeah,
because Republicans are disgusting with their lies and the stuff that it's insane. I can't even watch. I
no,
can't even watch MSNBC anymore. Like, I watch Ari Melber and Rachel Maddow
yeah. I don't
and
even watch the news right
Lawrence
now.
O'Donnell, because he's catty. Lawrence O'Donnell is he's petty and catty, and I love it. It cracks me up, but I can't watch it these days. I'm just like, dude, I can't do this. This is too
I
much.
listened to what is it called? Pod What a Day. And that's like 20 minutes worth of news, and that's it. That's like as much as I
Oh,
can.
I've heard of that
Yeah,
before.
that's as much as I
Yeah,
can do. I can do 20
yeah,
minutes just till I'm not like a fucking ignorant American. But
yeah.
yeah, it has to be within a certain thing. And but I wanted to get back to something we were talking about just now. Um about religion, right? So
Yeah.
it's not even like just their religion. It's literally their interpretation of a religion, and
Thank you.
a subsequent actually interpretation. Like, this is going back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago about Mary Magdalene. I was thinking about that passage where they ask her to explain sin, or they're actually
Yep.
asking her to channel basically the message from God or from Jesus, of what is sin. And so when she talks about that, and she says like that, he says like, sin is you,
Yep.
you judge,
You determine what that sin is.
you perceive the sin. The
Yeah.
sin only exists because you perceive it as such. um
Right.
and so that it's all, and basically going back to like free will. Okay, so that was my first point. But the second point was about that the Gospel of Mary Magdalene was recirculated like from the time that it was written, like for several hundreds of years. And then it was like someone shut it down, because there's like little bits and pieces of it that show up in like the Gospel of Thomas and like somebody else's gospel. So there's
Mhm.
like parts of the things that she's taught. But if you think about it, how disruptive would it have been to organize religion as we had it today if everyone came to accept that like there's no such thing as like sin, that you're not all born like automatically born into sin, and that you don't have like this heaven and hell thing, and there's not this like
It would be extremely disruptive, and it would take away the ability to
hmm
control their followers, their flock,
hmm hmm
but I think also it would do away with any sort of, like political special interest
hmm
groups. A lot of people I saw on Facebook were like, going back to, I knew this was going to happen in 2016. I knew it when he, stacked the courts,
yeah,
and it was just all bashing Trump. Listen, I will bash that crap turd forever. I hate that guy. But this has nothing to do with Trump. He's stupid. He was too busy. He's still worried about Hillary's emails.
yeah,
This is McConnell. This
yep,
is
yeah,
the billionaires. This is
hmm
the Illuminati.
hmm
This is
the
this is
Heritage Foundation.
money.
The Heritage Foundation, they're like a huge like organization that all they do is they pump a bunch of money into conservatives and into getting conservatives elected. Like, that's like some Illuminati shady ass shit going on right there for
Yes,
sure.
that's what this is. This has
hmm
nothing to do with that idiot. But
No, he was a
people.
moron who's just out there being, yeah, he wasn't doing shit. Like,
He's what do they call it? The Manchurian candidate?
exactly.
Only he blew up in their face because he's also stupid and egotistical and narcissistic and
Yeah.
stupid. So yeah, I'd like to blame him for all of the world's woes, but for
He's
this
not
one,
that
I can't.
smart.
This has
No.
no. This is McConnell and
Yeah.
deeper dark Washington. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a lighthearted
Intro.
welcome to everybody. Yeah, welcome to frickin' what is it? The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
The beginnings of the Handmaid's Tale. Gilead. Welcome to Gilead, everybody.
Welcome.
Do
Anyway.
we have any announcements?
Oh, Yeah, I still have my shadow work classes up. They're still on my website. You can go on there, links in the notes. I feel like that the money mindset course,
Yeah.
the 103, I'm sorry, the 102, and it's funny because I was listening to an episode of Hidden Brain, and they were talking to an author who's a psychologist about money mindset. I believe the book is called like Mind Over Money, I believe it's called. And
Oh,
he was
cool.
talking about a lot of things that I go through in the course. The beginning was essentially like the uh, myths, the money myths that we all like believe, um, and
Yep.
the psychological treatments that he like goes through with his clients and stuff. And I was like, well, I do that online, so it's
Right.
way cheaper. So I just thought it was cool that it was like this total like, definitely like science general population information that is like it's there and it's awesome it exists, but like that, kind of doing it from a little bit of a woo perspective. Um, but it doesn't matter how you get there, like as long as you get there.
Uh-uh.
So
No. And I think even like Jack Canfield, who talks about, mindset and I am and all that
mhm.
stuff. So, and then there's a book I call that I read and I recommend to my clients, called, Wealth or Money or Mindset. I don't know what it's called,
Yes.
but the authors are like Brad and Ted Klontz, and they're non-woo, but
Yeah.
whenever anybody talks about money mindset, there's always the woo
Yeah.
elements in there,
Hmm.
and you can pick them out.
Yeah.
So it is very cool, and it is about money is energy, and it either flows or it doesn't,
Yep.
and you just have to give it an avenue through which to flow. So,
Yes.
yay, good.
Yes.
People should check out your course. I'm glad it's still up there.
Yeah. So how about you? What do you got?
Well, I have kind of a fun announcement. I have been I've been wanting to get back to doing in-person readings since I moved.
Mhm.
Obviously, it was a little challenging in Portland during COVID, but I will finally be available for in-person readings here in Portland at a really cool store called Psychic Sister.
Mhm.
It is in the Alberta Arts District on Alberta, and I will be there for 3 dates. We're going to just check it out, see how it goes. Sunday, May 15th, Saturday, May 21st, and then Sunday, June 12th,
Oh.
from 12:30 to 5:30, I believe. And you have to book with a QR code. And that way your appointment is already set and you just show up, get your reading, and go. So I'm going to be offering 30-minute appointments
Okay.
for a really good price. And so I will post all of that on oh gosh, in the group and in the timeline,
Instagram.
on the gram,
Yes.
all of that. I'm also going to be doing in-person readings when we go after the retreat. I'm going to spend a week
Oh, yeah.
home reconnecting with people,
Awesome.
and I'm going to be doing. I'm excited. I'm so excited to just reconnect with my people
Yeah.
because it's been 2 years
Yeah.
since I've been home. So it's going to be nice just to
Awesome.
feel that familiarity again.
Yeah. Awesome.
But I'm offering readings Wednesday, 6/1, Wednesday, June 1st, and then Tuesday, or maybe Thursday, sorry, June 2nd, in 4-hour shifts. And those will be in person. So for my Lansing people, I will be there and I will give you an opportunity or the ability to pre-book those. So just check, keep an eye on the socials. So that's what's going on with me.
Very good. Very cool. Well, lastly, we can't do without talking about our retreat. So, just a few more weeks until we fly east and take in the amazing vibes of the Michigan coast. We're going to learn to use heart energy for intention setting and manifestation. We'll talk about how to connect with your higher self and how to better work with your spirit guides. And we'll also use tarot and oracle to validate any messages that come through.
Yeah. And Fioraliz. Yeah. And Fioraliz will be guiding us through some really amazing healing sessions. She's gonna take us through breath work and Reiki and integration circles, to help us anchor in the energy and the lessons of the weekend. And then we're also going to hang out with our friend and mixed media artist and teacher Cassie of Cassie's Parlor for a bomb creative session workshop to help us build our creative confidence, because creativity and inspiration are sort of the foundation of intuitive development. So they go hand in hand, and we're going to come away with a really cool project. I'm not going to tell you what it is, even though I know what it is, because I'm sure she wants it to be a surprise.
Okay, it'll be a surprise. And if you still haven't decided to join us, there is still time. For all the details, you can visit our website at esotericspodcast.com/events.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. I'm excited. What are we going to talk about this? What are we going to learn about this week?
All right, so today we're going to talk about astrology and the physical body and appearance.
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, so I've been hearing a lot about medical astrology lately, and so far it's very complicated and it'll take a really long time to learn. And also, the thing with medical astrology is that it's cool like to learn about and to like look into like where things are in your chart, but do you want to know like everyone's? Like, not really, because you can't give out medical information. You shouldn't be giving out medical information, right? If you're not a doctor. So it's kind of a murky thing, right? Like you can kind of, so.
It's murky like medical intuitives are.
Yeah. So just gotta be careful about it. Where it comes from was like it was an old practice that it was around before medicines and stuff, before we had actual doctors. So people used the stars and stuff to like figure out what was going on with people. So is it really that useful today? Like I'm sure it is, but do we need to like go there? I mean, we have x-rays and like we have modern medicine, so I think it's still fun. Like it's fun to know about some of the stuff. Okay.
It's interesting too.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So what I wanted to go into was like something a little bit more lighthearted. So I want to talk about like the physical aspects of every sign, and like so like it'll help you like recognize people. So I like that. I like that idea because like I at one point like was really interested in palmistry, and I just thought that was a really cool thing that you could just like pick up someone's hand and read them. Like I just thought that was a cool thing. But how like even cooler would it be to just look at someone and be like, oh yeah, that's Cancer. Like
right?
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, you can tell if somebody's super moody, their chances are they're going to be a Cancer, but
yes. So I'm going to talk about how every zodiac sign is ruled by a planet, and then that planet is a ruler of certain body parts. So we're going to talk about that. But in here too, I'm also going to mention that sometimes like if there's a difficult planet, like so if a difficult planet is stationed in a certain house, like the sixth house is your house of health, for example. But then I was like, okay, well, what are difficult planets? So just I'm going to preface this so that you come in informed so you're not lost.
okay. All right.
Okay. So benefic planets, so the good planets, and then there's malefic planets, so the not so good planets. So the good ones are Jupiter because they support your good practices, and Venus because it supports how you interact with others in your interpersonal relationships. And then the malefic planets are Mars and Saturn. So Mars,
I knew it was going to be Saturn.
yeah, well, and also Mars because Mars is like angry fire, like
Right.
let's go to war. Yeah,
I want to kill you.
yeah. So Mars represents tension and like the downside of anything positive happening in your life, which that's kind of a bummer. And Saturn is the baggage you carry. So it's like your karma, right? That's your karma planet, basically. Okay. So just
that's that.
and then obviously there's aspects too, which I don't want to get too far into that, but basically the ones you want to look out for, like the not fun aspects, are a square aspect. So that's when there's like 90 degrees of separation between a planet or horoscope points. And then there's the opposition aspects, and that just means like it's literally on the opposite side of it, the 180 degrees, right? So just on the opposite side of the circle.
So why is 90 degrees a bad thing?
it's called a square. So the reason why it does it's because of the way that they're like pushing on each other. So yeah,
Okay, I see.
and it
Okay,
creates
yep,
like blockages, like literally like a square is a block, right? So it
yep.
yeah, so it can indicate blockages or obstacles in that area.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Sacred geometry.
I mean, everywhere,
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep. Okay. So there's like some like real general things about people that when it comes to like describing them. So, okay. Before I get into that, you can embody these traits based off of your sun sign, but your ascendant or your rising sign, because that's like technically like the face that you wear, the mask that you wear, like how people see you. Your ascendant is actually technically more indicative of your physical appearance, but it can be both. Yeah.
Oh.
Especially if you're like a double, like if you're like a Sagittarius sun and a Sagittarius rising or ascendant,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
like you're like a very stereotypical Sagittarius in your appearance.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. Well, I'm a Libra rising, so I'm excited to hear what it has
Well,
what you
I
have to
could tell you
say.
just because I know like the Libra aspects, but or the physical features, but like one of the things is like dimples. Like
Oh,
yeah. 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 Like it's
you can't you guys can't see me, but I'm
she's
smiling.
smiling and she's showing her dimples. Yeah, that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the things is like, about a Libra, like a Libra or generally, especially Libra rising, will have dimples. Okay, all right. So here are the traits or the physical traits that each sign is known for. So Aries is known for strong brows, Taurus for luminous skin, Gemini a large forehead. That's kind of mean. Sorry, Geminis. Uh, But imagine if you just walked up to someone, you're like, "You must be a Gemini," and you're like, "How did you know?" So you're very large forehead.
That's so fucking rude. I can't stop laughing.
Don't use that one.
I'm so sorry, Geminis.
Sorry.
Oh. That's so rude.
And then there's
Okay.
Cancers. Cancers have cute cheeks.
Oh.
Okay. And then Leos have thick hair. Like that's true. Like Mike's a Leo sun and a Leo rising, and he has
Mm-hmm.
incredibly thick hair. Yeah.
I'm a Leo moon. I have really thick hair.
Yeah. There you go. And a Virgo, a beautiful back. Oh,
A beautiful
wow.
back.
That's crazy.
Like how do you what do you
Like Captain
All right,
America, like a Dorito. I don't know.
Great, now I want Doritos.
Don't want Doritos. I don't know. You don't know what that like. I actually think that's like one of the most attractive parts on a man is their back.
Is the back?
Yeah.
Oh, I like their shoulders and their collarbone.
Yeah.
But no, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, and then a Libra,
Stop.
your derriere.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not my best asset, but you know,
I think I think
do you
that's
think
true.
you have a nice what do they call it what is it oh, there's some dumb slang word for butt that I'm using. It's really actually hilarious.
Oh, badonk.
Well, that's one, but it was more like muffin or something dumb. Anyway.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know.
So, do you think you have a nice butt?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But I actually heard that more about Sagittarius's
That they have nice butts
because Sagittarius is the half man, half horse, right? And his bottom half is a horse, so it's like they have like wider hips, like a. So I usually hear that about Sagittarians. So okay, Scorpios, hypnotic eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't totally agree with that. Sagittarius, good thighs, which also I guess coincides with like the horse thing, like strong legs.
Yep, and nice butt. Yeah.
Yeah. And Capricorn, fluttery eyelashes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I have them now that I have extensions in. They're very fluttery.
Very nice. And Aquarius, great bone structure.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. And then Pisces is luscious lips.
Oh.
Which
That's always very exciting.
Full lips. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now I want to get into like what how each sign breaks down as the ruler with their ruling planet. Okay. So Aries. Aries is ruled by the sign of Mars. So this goes back to like the head, the face, teeth, tongue, hair, arteries, blood, right? Like your blood pumping, like red.
Mm-hmm.
I also think I keep thinking like red, fire. So because it also indicates your complexion. Um, it's indicative of skull or eye diseases, uh, sunburns, head, brain, like forehead. So the pituitary glands. So this house, when it's when Mars is in whatever house it is, it will indicate the emotional disposition of this person, and
Oh.
so it just that's how it works. So under a negative influence, remember negative planets, this may
Mm-hmm.
mean headaches, minor injuries will be very often. So these people who maybe have
Oh,
yeah and
very cool.
then so because Aries is ruled by the head, so it's like all that pressure. So
Mm-hmm.
again, like headaches, migraines, all that they're pretty common for this sign. Okay, and then as far as their physical appearance, their shoulders are broad. They tend to fuss over their hair a lot. Aries have a concise definition to them, both physically and in their movements. Their
Mm-hmm.
face shape is triangular, and they have prominent bone structures. Every motion is direct and impatient, and they carry their head high and proud, as if like the horns of the ram that characterizes that their sign are growing out of their head. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, notable celebrities who are Aries rising are Rihanna, John Lennon, Stevie Nicks, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Cool.
And then an Aries sun is Emma Watson.
I love her.
Me too.
I love her. I'm going to go see CV Nicks here in
Oh,
concert in June, so I'm very excited about that.
that's awesome.
But I do love Emma Watson.
Okay, and then there's Taurus. So Taurus being the second sign of the zodiac, it indicates the face, the nose, throat, mouth, tongue, teeth, eyes, facial bones, sinuses, the vocal cords, tonsils, and the thyroid. Okay, so this is actually what got me interested in this topic in the first place. Because I don't know if you've
Mm-hmm.
seen people posting about recently we had the eclipse in Taurus and how a
Yep.
lot of people were going to be experiencing like throat problems, like the
Ah.
yeah, and when I
Ah.
heard about that, I was like, "Wait a minute. What?" Cuz
Mm-hmm.
literally my mom, her boyfriend, our oldest daughter, like I almost everyone in the family at this point has like had some sort of like nose or
That are a
throat thing.
Taurus.
Uh-huh, right now. Like, oh, no. Um
Ah.
I think they have like principal Taurus placements.
Oh, you know what? My boss has a sinus infection right now.
I wouldn't be
I
interested in
don't.
you
I don't.
checking his chart and seeing where Taurus is
I.
at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. Well, I mean, I'll try. I know he's a Cancer, so I wouldn't knowing, his personality. I bet you he does have Taurus in there.
Mm-hmm.
One of those.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this sign also indicates food intake. And because there since the body part is the throat, so astrologers tend to agree that Taurus's voices are usually rich and deep, and they
Mm-hmm.
command and do so with their appearance as well. And this sign is one of the most physical of the zodiac. So their physical movements are weighty and organic. But
Mm-hmm.
because they're ruled by Venus, Taurus people are usually naturally flirtatious, knowing
Mm-hmm.
exactly how to like draw on people. And their eyes are
Mm-hmm.
dark and luscious, and their eyelashes are reminiscent of the cow, which I was like, huh, that's interesting. My dog
Mm-hmm.
must be a Taurus.
All of my Taurus friends are foodies too. My friend Laura,
Mm,
she loves food. She's just food is life to her sometimes, and
yeah.
so that's very interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely agree because I with Libra also shares Venus with along with Taurus as being ruled by Venus. And yeah, I would say that definitely like that idea of enjoying food, like enjoying the good things of life, like yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very like Taurus or Libra thing. Okay, and then as far as physical appearance goes, or continues, they also have gentle, rounded faces with plump lips and distinctive noses.
Oh, she
So,
does have a distinctive nose. I don't know if she has plump
huh.
lips. I don't
Hmm.
didn't pay attention.
So Taurus rising people that you may know are Annie McDowell, Robert Pattinson, Mariah Carey, and David Beckham.
Oh, So these are all rising
Those are rising
signs. You talked
signs.
about that earlier.
Yes.
But do these traits still apply to the sun sign?
It could be. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It could. Yeah. Because sometimes you take a little bit of both. It just depends. Like I said,
Okay.
if there's, especially some people are doubles, right? If you're
Right.
a sun Taurus and
Right.
rising, you could. So another a Taurus sun though that embodies these traits is Audrey Hepburn.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. She's
So that's what
beautiful.
I. So definitely
Mm-hmm.
you could have. But yeah, definitely like the big eyes, the cow eyes. You
Mm-hmm.
totally see that. Okay. All right. And then there's Gemini. So Gemini indicates neck, shoulders, arms, ears, collarbones, thyroid gland, the respiratory, and the nervous system.
And forehead.
Yes, and this sign can bring breathing issues. Um, the Gemini house is also the house of courage. Communication and troubles related to communication can also be seen wherever Gemini's, whatever house Gemini is sitting in. Deafness can also be identified through this sign, and it's going to be the ruler of all those areas: shoulders, lungs, arms, hands. Um, and it's okay. The physical traits of a Gemini include being tall, having long arms and fingers. Again, because they rule those parts of the body, and they're also a talkative sign. Geminis can be incredibly expressive, and mouths are their most prominent feature, which makes listening to them even more engaging. Which I thought, I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like I've met that many people that are that way.
See, this is crazy because everybody that you describe that I know,
Uh-huh.
it's their sun
Uh-huh.
sign that I know them as their sun sign, and
Yeah.
these describe all their sun
Yeah.
signs too. So it's really cool because it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
that's exactly what my Gemini friend looks like
Yeah.
or is like.
Yeah, and they move with flexibility and energy. Usually, I hear Gemini's described as athletic. I don't know if that jives for the Geminis
Mm.
you know, but for me, I felt like that's true. Um,
I mean, yeah.
their eyes are also more active than most. They're known for like flittering around or glancing around at their surroundings, making some people think that Gemini is like disinterested.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so people like that, and they also have the tendency to talk with their hands too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Gemini rising people of note are Gene Wilder, Judy Garland, Ashton Kutcher, and Willow Smith. And like
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher, I could see that, like the tall,
Yep.
long arms, long, yeah. And then Gemini sun is Elena Bonham Carter, which
Mm-hmm.
also like definitely you see that like kind of like a nervous energy in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love her. She's one of my
yeah, I
favorites.
like her too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then there's Cancer. So Cancer is the sign that's ruled by the moon. So this is the stomach, the brain, and the breasts. So a lot of times it's like I've heard this more like that girls with like a bigger chest, they're like, "Oh, you must be a Cancer." It's like, well, not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my eyes are up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so they rule all that: the diaphragm, the womb, the lymphatic system, the vagina, the stomach, and the right eye. I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
only the right eye, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So as far as their physical giveaways, things that are most noticeable features on there, it's usually like their eyes and their eyebrows, like that combination together. Their faces are usually like giving away their emotional state. Like you could just read how they're feeling. And then they have large almond shaped and light in either color or just in brightness on their eyes. The rest of their physical appearance is gentle and soft looking, and their body language is guarded but receptive. They give off a
Hmm.
vibe that they'd happily and empathetically listen to your story, but they wouldn't return the favor immediately. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like it's like an air of caution, but also like a little mysterious in a way.
Right. Right.
Okay. So Cancer rising people are celebrities. George Michael, Lizzie Kaplan, Vincent Van Gogh, and Sharon Tate.
Okay. Are they all dead?
Lizzie Kaplan is not dead.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a Cancer sun is Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I would say the eyes. Yeah, the eyes I could see. Yeah, like large almond shape. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. All right. And then there's Leo. So Leo is the fifth sign, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So this one's fun because they have the whole abdominal area, stomach, gallbladder, spleen, all that right there. So it's like circulation, the spine, the back, and the left eye. So that's so if Cancer was the right eye, so Leo is the left eye. Okay. So they're usually the easiest sign to recognize immediately, and I attest to this since I'm married to a Leo. They have often have a wild or expressive or high maintenance hairstyle, and they hold their chins high. Oh my god!
Mike's like, I feel seen.
He blow dries his hair every morning.
I mean, I'm not laughing at him.
No,
I'm
it's
laughing.
It's just the accuracy.
Is he a metrosexual?
No, he's just a freaking Leo, apparently. No, he's like, seriously. That's funny. They tend to have pointed and feline features, and they move with confidence and self-assurance. So like a lion.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so their body part is generally that they generally rule as the heart. The energy comes from their torso. They walk with a tall posture, the chest slightly puffed out. Their bodies are rounded and strong. They tend to run hot, which yes, definitely, because you always needs to have a fan on, biologically and metaphorically, and they attract others with this warmth. So yeah, I would say those are okay.
Okay, so I have a Leo moon, which is interesting that it's ruled by the sun, and I don't know how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just that's why they're like Leos carry themselves in the way of like the sun, like we're really important and like look at us and like that, like just very like in charge, like, you know.
It's true. It's true.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
And Leo rising people of note are Matthew Perry, Gillian Anderson, Johnny Depp, and Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, Johnny Depp is kind of looking like a little skinny lion right now. He's like kind of worn down.
I was gonna say worn the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know, but I love all the memes that are out and all the clips where he's just like, he's like, yeah, okay.
I know.
He's like, they're pretty funny. Oh, but can I just say how bummed I am that I did not know that Amber Heard was the same girl that was in Aquaman, and when I found out that was Amber Heard, I was so sad because I loved her with Jason Momoa.
Oh, really?
Ugh, I loved her. I was like, yes, little redheaded mermaid badass. And then I'm like, but it's Amber Heard. She's an asshole. So I'm kind of bummed about it. So can you like somebody? Can you like their role but not like them as a human?
I mean, doesn't that happen? I feel like that happens with singers all the time.
Like John Mayer, who's a douchebag, but God, is he talented.
Yeah, or like, oh, okay, so Mike was talking about going to a Ryan Adams concert, and
Bryan Adams?
Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't know about him grooming, young girls and then dating them and being whatever, emotionally abusive or whatever the hell's wrong with him. And then me continuing to give him money. So I don't know. That's a hard one to...
But then you put, his song on the radio and it's like, I just died in your arms.
Wait, that's Brian. That's Bryan Adams. I was talking about Ryan Adams. I don't know why there's two guys with almost the same name. He's like the indie guy that was married to Mandy Moore. And he was dating her when she was like 16 or 17 or something. Like, yeah. And he's...
Okay, I don't know who he is, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, so anyway. But, anyway.
All right.
Off track a little bit. Tangent. A Leo sun with all these characteristics. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's badass. Love her. Okay. All right. Virgo. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So Virgo is the digestive system, pancreas, small intestines, waist, navel, lower abdomen, kidneys, intestinal function, appendix. So a lot of times Virgos have a tendency to have like stomach issues, especially
Yeah.
when like they have afflictions or anything else that's like emotionally bothering them. It's usually like centered in the stomach. They have a very balanced appearance and they move with that same focus on symmetry and order. Their bodies are usually strong and tall, even if the actual measurement of their height is short. Virgo has a narrow chin with strong cheekbones and tends to look much younger than they are, with open and youthful features. So my daughter's
Okay.
a Virgo, my oldest daughter. She's a Virgo,
Yeah.
and definitely all these things.
She meets all those?
Yeah, for sure.
She looks very sort of nymph-like, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah,
in a good way. Yes,
yeah,
like a little fairy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's like she looks tall, like really, but she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she has that very They have a broad and inviting smile. Their attention to detail means that their appearances are highly cultivated and thought out, which, yeah, that's definitely true because those girls take hours to get ready. And nothing about the way a Virgo looks is an accident. That's for sure.
No.
Okay. Virgo
Mm-mm.
rising people of note: Timothy Chalamet, which I definitely see that, Madonna, Kurt Cobain, and Uma Thurman.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like Uma Thurman looks really tall, but I don't think she is.
No,
I feel
she
like,
does look tall.
yeah, she looks like she would be, but I don't think she is. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then a Virgo sun is Beyonce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Queen Bee.
Yep. But actually Beyonce's also Libra rising, so I feel like she kind of embodies more Libra. Okay, so then we'll move on to that next. So next is Libra. So Libra is the seventh sign of zodiac, ruled by Venus. Venus indicates reproductive organs. So that's the pelvic area, the lumbar region, the large intestine, bladder, ovaries, uterus, cervix, testicles, prostate gland, veins. And just think about all the organs that regulate or balance the body, right? Because the Libra scales. Yeah. Also, specifically that lower back thing, it's usually like, I know I always have lower back problems
Yep.
all the time.
Yeah.
This
I do too.
body, you too? Yeah, this body is energetic but calculated. Their faces are cherubic. Is that how you say that word? Yeah.
Cherubic. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just a nice way of saying round.
Yeah.
Rude.
Rude
Mm-hmm.
and heart
Rude.
shaped with full
Mm-hmm.
cheeks and glowing skin. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
One of the trademarks of Libran physicality is the Venus dimple. See? That's what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be found on their cheeks or their chin. Yeah, I don't have a Venus dimple. I do have a butt chin. So I guess it's probably
A
the
butt chin.
equivalent.
I would not call that a butt chin. A butt chin.
I like my butt chin. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Libra's hair is wavy and allowed to flow freely. It helps to emphasize their dreamy and romantic disposition. These people enjoy being the center of attention, but do not make any efforts to seek it out. The spotlight
Right.
will find them naturally in any situation that they are into.
Nice.
So Libra rising people of note, like I said, Beyonce, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Aniston, and Harry Styles. I'm pretty sure Leonardo DiCaprio is also a Leo sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
that kind of jives as well if you put those two together, like his appearance and his demeanor.
And Jennifer Aniston too. I mean, she's the
Mm-hmm.
ultimate, like, she's the lover, she's the crier, she's, loves all her friends, and yeah, she's
Yeah.
yeah, love her.
And then a Libra sun would be Bella Thorne.
Okay.
Also, like Kim Kardashian is also a Libra,
Yeah.
which I actually think maybe, I mean, if she wasn't over there starving herself, she might look like more of these.
And I think because of her that ridiculous show and who she is and stuff, she kind of gets a bad rap. I don't think she's like a bad person, and she just, so I don't know. I can see the Libra in her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's basically
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, she did go to the White House and advocate for that lady who had been
She did.
wrongly imprisoned. Like, that's a really nice thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think she's perceived as worse than she is
oh, for
just
sure. For
because
sure.
of her stupid show. That show is
Which,
dumb. I don't care.
publicity is publicity. I guess that's why.
Right.
All right. And then there's Sagittarius. This is the ninth sign of the zodiac, and it's ruled by Jupiter. So this rules the liver, the sacrum, the lumbar vertebrae, the hips, and the thighs. So this is what I was talking about with like the hips and the strong legs, and like that's one of the giveaway physical features of a Sagittarius. Um, let's see. They're often they're often confused with Leos because of their similar attitudes towards their appearance.
It's
Um,
true.
yeah, I can see that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so usually Sagittarius rising are seen as rough around the edges, but always attractive in a frank, youthful, and sunny manner. I don't think I'm rough around the edges. I'm offended.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. My niece is a Sagittarius sun, and I don't think she's rough around the edges at all.
Yeah.
But definitely some
It's
Leo tendencies there.
yeah. They're represented by the centaur or the archer. So these people tend to have very noble and stoic faces.
Hmm.
And so because they're ruled by the hips and the thighs, so usually have strong, purposeful bodies. They only move as much as they have to, knowing that their energy is precious and not to be wasted on endeavors that won't satisfy them. I would say that's 100% true. I don't want to waste my time doing shit that isn't going to feel satisfying. Anyway, Sagittarius rising people of note are Brad Pitt, Princess Diana, Jude Law, and Winona Ryder. And then
I,
you agree
excellent.
with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a
I
Sagittarius
mean,
sun. Why?
without
Who do you have?
without knowing them, I mean, I don't really know
Again,
those celebrities.
we're just off of their physical appearance.
Right.
Yeah. I can very noble and stoic faces. Yeah, that's definitely Princess Diana. Jude
Yes.
Law's kind of around the same look as well. Um Rough around the edges. Brad Pitt, I guess, would
I
I guess sometimes when he gets kind
I
of scruffy.
mean, sure, sure. And
Sure.
I think it's deliberate, right? Hollywood deliberate.
Yeah. Okay. A Sagittarius sun with these features is Nicki Minaj.
Oh, all right. Well, she could definitely be considered rough around the edges, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Right. Also, I know Scarlett Johansson is a
Oh,
Sagittarius. Yeah, and she definitely like the hips and thighs thing for sure.
I love ScarJo, and I'm mad that she's not going to be back as the Black Widow. Really mad.
Is she done?
Yeah, like Disney fired her for some dumb shit because she's like, "You're not paying me. You released my film
Oh.
before you were supposed to. Now I want my money." And Disney's like, "F you," and she's like, "F you."
And then
That was
she's
how the whole
done.
thing went.
Oh.
Mhm.
Thanks for the synopsis.
That's like right. I just cleared everything up for everybody.
Thank you. All right. So now, but also how Sagittarian of her, right?
I know, right? Exactly. She's like,
Yeah.
"Give my fucking money."
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
I'm out. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. So Capricorns. Capricorns are the ruler of the skin, hair, ligaments, because this is ruled by Saturn. So it's also the tendons, the joints, knees, spleen, bones, also teeth.
Yep.
So when so the placement of Saturn or how Saturn lines up in your chart can also indicate if you have some issues with bones or joint pain.
Hmm.
With if you have Saturn in the sixth house, it can often indicate spinal issues.
Hmm.
Capricorn also, yeah, so ruling the knees, they have a very controlled way of moving, but like to stay physically active. They have a very disciplined way of presenting themselves to others. And like Scorpio, they like to be perceived in a very particular way: strong, responsible, and intelligent. Capricorn
Yep.
ascendant folks often seem dry and serious on first impressions, and then they slowly reveal their wit and empathy to others. These people tend to have dark features and flowing hair with a rounded face and a pointed chin and expressive eyebrows. Yeah.
I have all those. I don't think I have a pointed chin though, but
No, that's probably
definitely
surrounded by
joint
the Libra.
problems.
Oh,
Right,
really?
exactly. Yep, I have joint problems. That's where I experience my most, like, oh my God, I'm getting old. This sucks, right? My
Mm-hmm.
joints. And what did you say? Joints, and then the other
Knees.
one, knees. Yep, and my knees. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got what's called a bum knee.
Uh, you take
You know,
glucosamine?
No, actually, but I just started doing research into supplements, natural supplements. Like, not. I just started doing it, and so
Mm.
that's on the list. Turmeric,
Yes.
cumin, and all that stuff for inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's inflammation that I suffer from, and so I was started doing research in what is inflammation caused by, and it's caused by the body reacting
Yeah.
to or attacking the things within that are, and I'm like, well, what is it attacking? What am I putting in my body that is causing it to attack itself? And that's really sort of
Yeah.
the path that I'm on right now, trying to figure it
It's
out.
it's usually gluten.
Girl, and you are the one who helped me realize that I was gluten intolerant in the morning. But I am telling you, gluten is not my friend, and it has
Mm.
now started to show up during the day. So I think it is gluten. I
Yeah.
think you're absolutely right. So
Yeah, I think
we're
so.
gonna figure it out and eliminate it because I'm too
Yeah.
young.
All right. Capricorn rising people of note are Colin Farrell, Ariana
Oh, I
Grande,
like
Russell
her.
Brand, and
Oh,
Megan Fox.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then a
And,
Capricorn sun is Michelle Obama.
oh, like seriously, I
Yeah.
love that she's a Capricorn sun.
That's awesome.
I love her.
See,
She's
now you
my
have a
hero.
Capricorn, another Capricorn sister.
I know, right? Well, I have my niece Katie, who actually loves this podcast. Her and her partner Liam. Liam is apparently our number one fan, so we do have a number one fan. Let's
What's
give
up,
a shout
Liam?
out. His name is Liam.
What's up,
Hi,
Liam?
Liam. And yeah. So but anyway, my other niece Katie is a Capricorn. So
Mm.
um, yeah,
You have a
good
few. You
good
have a few
good
ones in your
Capricorn.
life. Yeah, me too. I have
Yeah.
a lot of Capricorn friends. Yeah. Good people. Okay, and then we move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius is the 11th sign, and this one's ruled by Saturn. So these are things like ankles, the right leg, the left ear, the left arm. Uh, Depending on where this is, again, in your chart, Saturn can also be the sign for enlightenment. Um, and so, like, the mental status of this person. And then if Saturn is in a debilitated or negative position in your chart, it can also indicate injuries to the legs,
Ah, okay.
which I think is rather interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. And then Aquarian people can usually be identified by their peculiarity and individuality, which, sure, they're always like what is it? They walk to the beat of their own drum. This sign loves to be unique, and their appearance reflects this. And when I get into like who these people are, you're gonna be like, oh yeah. They are powerfully built with broad shoulders and bright, inquisitive eyes. Aquarian men, in particular, are androgynous and stray from the conventions of masculinity, while Aquarian
Right.
women present themselves with both feminine and masculine traits, enjoying the blending and experimentation of the two. Glamour is important to these people, and they will revel in this without a needy performative aspects. They do it for themselves.
Nice. I can be honest, I don't know any Aquarians off the top of my head.
So let me give you this Aquarius rising that fits all this like to a T. That's David Bowie.
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes.
like
I mean, he's a cosmic child.
yeah, like a total just
Mhm.
all these things though. Yeah, all
Mhm.
these things. The eyes, the androgyny. Yeah. Okay, other
Mhm.
people who share Aquarius rising are Hosier. How do you say his name? That
Oh,
singer
Hosier. Yeah, Hosier. Yeah.
Hosier.
Mhm.
Um, Amy Poehler and Zendaya.
I love her.
Me too.
Oh, I love all of them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I really like Zendaya too. She's like super witty. That's what I like about her.
Mhm.
And then an Aquarius sun is Bonnie Wright.
Oh,
Singer.
Raitt. Yeah, Bonnie
Uh-huh.
Raitt. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, for
Country.
sure.
A little bit of country.
Yeah. And then we have the last sign, which is Pisces.
Pisces, last
So
but not least.
yes, they are the 12th sign of the zodiac. And for them, they rule the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, which is also where you produce your melatonin, and the feet. This is the sign that's ruled by Jupiter.
Okay.
So when Jupiter is afflicted, again, like the negative aspects or something going on in there, then there could be trouble in the feet,
Okay.
which
I'm sorry, Pisces.
which with my son was just a couple weeks ago, he's been complaining that like his feet hurt, his legs hurt, and because he has really flat feet.
Well, they're not meant to walk. They're freaking mermaids. They're supposed to be mermaids. They
Oh,
don't like to walk.
is that why they have
Can
flat
you
feet? Because
see?
they're supposed to have fins instead.
Yes. Can you see
Yeah.
Tito as a mermaid? I kind of can. I
He-
really can see him
Seriously,
as a
he
mermaid.
loves the water. Like he loves to be in a pool. He loves the ocean. He loves the water. So yes, absolutely. And then my mom, who is also a Pisces, she had bunion surgery. So yeah, she's also had feet issues as well.
See,
Yeah.
yep.
So Pisces though can be some of the most difficult of the ascending signs to recognize. Um, I think because they're like considered also like the most mysterious of the signs. I think that's also part of it as well. Um, but the most distinctive feature of a Pisces person is their eyes. They usually have a lost or searching quality to them, and they radiate softness and gentility. People
Mhm.
often see the Pisces ascendant people as sad looking due to this dreamy quality. Their faces are long, but with strong downturned features, and they tend to wear lighter colors, though their personal styles are prone to change with their mood. And when I tell you Pisces rising is Billie Eilish, which totally makes sense with the like
Mhm.
their personal style changes with their mood totally. And another one is Andrew Garfield, Laura Dern, and Ringo
Mhm.
Starr.
Okay.
And then a
Look at
Pisces
that.
sun is Jessica Biel.
Oh, I love her. Did you know she's in a new movie called Candy? So you got
Oh,
to
I think
check
I
it
heard
out.
about
And
that.
she people are like, I can't unsee that. Why did you do that to Jessica Biel? And so I love it when stars, gorgeous, beautiful women, make these transformations into just you don't even
Oh,
recognize them.
is it like oh, and Monster?
Even better. Like,
What?
yeah, it's like, who the fuck is that? Yeah,
Charlize
Google.
Theron. Charlize
Yep,
Theron.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. But Google it. It's Candy, Jessica Biel and Candy.
Oh, I'll look
Very
it up.
cool.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like Hulu or I don't know.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna use this information because I love that about like trying to read someone just by looking at them. Like I
Hmm.
think they're this. Like I once read a book too about how to read faces,
Yeah,
and I don't remember
yeah.
hardly anything except for that typically people with a gap between their front teeth, it's an indication of a difficult childhood.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Have you found that to be true?
Yes, I have. So like
Yeah.
Madonna is an example of that.
Oh, yep, she
Hmm.
is. Yep,
Yep.
actually, yeah. Yeah.
So
I like to like watch people to try to figure out what life path number they are.
oh.
Yeah, and like watch, their traits and stuff. So
Hmm.
figure it out. Yeah. Well, thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. You got something for us on the closing vibe?
I do. I want to talk about the pinnacles and challenges in numerology because it's kind of cool. But I thought a fun way to um, explain that would be to go over your pinnacle and challenge
Okay,
numbers.
very cool.
Okay. So the pinnacle and challenge numbers in a full numerology reading, which I will give you if you book a 60-minute or Akashic Soul Blueprint reading
Mm,
with me.
okay.
The pinnacle and challenge numbers are one of the most significant energy cycles that we can look at. And they're actually really cool. So each cycle that presents itself, either a challenge or a lesson, it just gives us these new opportunities for growth. So
Okay.
pinnacles are like the high points or opportunities in our life, right? We reach these pinnacles or we strive to reach these pinnacles.
Uh-huh.
They sort of foretell the types of experiences that we'll have in that period and the abilities that we'll develop, the what's gonna how it can help us balance karmic debt that we've brought over, and then just generally experience greater happiness and satisfaction. The pinnacle is sort of like, you can consider it like to be like a gift from the universe. So it's an energy to really become familiar with so that you can make the most of it to develop. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next one is the challenge number, and the challenge periods is a better term for it. Those periods help us overcome like certain difficulties, and lessons that help us attract rewards later on in life or in a next life. So knowing the themes of these challenges will help us identify and overcome them. Okay, so pinnacle and challenge, and they happen simultaneously. Okay, so there are 4 major phases in our life. 4 pinnacle phases and 4 challenge phases, and they, like I said, they sort of work in conjunction with each other. So the first pinnacle is from birth through age 30. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The second is from 31 to 40, and then the third is 41 to 50, and then the fourth and the last one is 51 plus. So basically it's 0 to 30, and then your next 9-year cycle is your second pinnacle, and then your next 9-year cycle after that is your third pinnacle, and then after that it's like the rest of your life is just your fourth pinnacle. Okay. Challenges are a little bit different in that they're the first challenge goes until age 34. Your second one is 35 to 43. Third is 44 to 52, and then the fourth one is 53 plus. So like I said, they sort of overlap.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You are currently in your second pinnacle and your second challenge.
Okay.
Okay. So your second pinnacle, and well, here, your first pinnacle from 0 to 30 was 5. So that's all about freedom and discipline, right? Developing discipline. And then, but it was also about self-expression, personal self-expression, expressing yourself authentically, authentic self-expression. So how you express yourself, and that developed sort of the need for freedom and discipline, but also adventure and going and seeing and doing and all that stuff. Well, you've moved. You're now into your second pinnacle cycle, which lasts until, hold on here. I'm looking
until
at my
41.
notes, and I just until 41. Okay, so you've got like a couple years of that. Your second pinnacle, you're the one. That's about leadership. So it's establishing yourself as a leader, doing this thing, right? Figuring out your path and where you want to go. And then your challenge with that is a 2. And remember, you're a life path 11 2. And so the challenge is balance. How do you balance all of those things, but also do so in a way where you're helping others, healing others? You're the mediator, you're the bridge. So you're going to use that leadership to create a bridge between people and solutions, basically. So that's what you're going to be focusing on. Once you move into your third pinnacle, it's going to be about nurturing. It's going to be about family and nurturing yourself and your family. And then your third challenge is you're back to the 1. Now you're a 1 challenge, so it's going to be about leadership again.
Wow.
And then finally, once you get into your 50s, your fourth pinnacle cycle is going to be all about seeking knowledge, right? So that's the 7, the number of the seeker, the psychic, the seeker of knowledge and information. So pursuing knowledge. And then your challenge with that will be the 5 again, and freedom and discipline. But I think that in seeking the knowledge, you'll find that I think that 5 is more about freedom, because it'll be in your 50s and you'll be like, okay, now what do I want to do and how do I want to do it? So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So those are just really interesting to know what your current challenges are until what age and what you're trying to achieve within those years as well. So good stuff. Numerology.
That's cool. That's a nice abbreviated way to know what's going to happen, what do you got to work on. Yeah, I like that.
What are you going to work on, right? For 9 years. Well, for 30 years and then 9 years and then another 9 years and then
funny
the rest of your life.
Breaks down like that.
It's weird. It's numerology and it's unexplainable sometimes. So, all right. You can find us on all the socials under Esoterics Podcast, and be sure to join our Facebook community, the Esoterics community. We will give you firsthand knowledge about all the good things that are happening, services, events, courses, intuitive development tips, card pulls, meditations, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you guys for sharing space with us today. Stay mystical, magical, and ready to do it again next week. See ya.
Bye.